I was a third-year medical student and had had symptoms pretty classic for diabetes for a number of weeks. I went to student health, and I remember walking in on a Friday and saying, "I think I have diabetes," and the response was, "Well, you must be studying diabetes," because medical students often get the diseases they think they are studying. And I said, "No, I think it's more than that." An hour later, my blood sugar turned out to be approaching 250. So they said, "Oh my gosh, you're right, you have diabetes." You know, in 1968, it was not a very pretty picture. They were having amputations, they were in renal failure, they had lost their vision, they had had coronary artery disease, they'd had heart attacks, strokes. So I thought, oh my gosh, I had better be thinking about what my future career will look like. But I think you really have to run your life as you want to do it and not let diabetes run your life. You have to be sensible, but you have to do what you want to do, which is what I decided in terms of obstetrics and gynecology.
I think people just marveled, frankly, at the fact that he took such good care of his diabetes and never let it really get in the way of his career, of his ability to participate in all types of activities, sports and events.
Well, we met in med school when I did a research elective in Oregon.
Having a low blood sugar would affect how Steve functioned, really. I'm proud of him every day for all the things he does, living with diabetes.
Steve's really been an inspiration for me and so many other people.
And I always have to remind myself, your blood glucose is not telling you whether you're a good or a bad person, right? Because you can easily say, oh my gosh, my glucose is over 200, it's terrible, and I should have avoided this, and what did I do? You just can't do that. It's important, it's something you got to take care of, but it's not who you are as a person. There'll be articles regularly in the New York Times, and everything you read is how important vigorous physical exercise is. We push each other, we do the same exercises, and as many of push-ups or whatever exercise we do together. And then we walk on days we don't train with Greg, or we ride our bike, and we eat a very healthy diet.
You cannot spoil it with ketchup, okay?
I don't have ketchup, did you? And I think it's made a huge difference in our lives. I just think it's the best thing we can do.
I just wish that Steve would not have to be burdened with the day-to-day, minute-to-minute, hour-by-hour management of type 1 diabetes.
The only way to establish a cure for diabetes is to augment our research efforts and to find a cure.
I first became involved with JDRF when I was at University of Pennsylvania, and I was the head of the Division of Maternal Fetal Medicine. I was very excited about the work they were doing, and especially the mission, which was a commitment to research that would find a cure.
We are near the finish line with type 1 diabetes, but we're not there yet.
Anyone with diabetes today has benefited from the research that JDRF has done. And the way I live my life now would never have been possible without JDRF's funding of so many different types of research. And that's what I hope our funds will be used for.
It would be a miracle, and it would be fabulous if we could, take away the risk of having type 1 diabetes. And JDRF has been in the forefront of that.